Hi everyone. I wanted to do another video, another content on connecting with God, connecting to source energy. I felt like I got a lot from that. I found it really interesting. I loved the experience myself. And after that video, I kind of had all these other questions that I wanted to ask. So I'm going to connect again with source energy, God, however you want to call God or source energy. And I want to ask this one question that I'm very interested in. Now, my human being, and in terms of, the work that I've done and my own experiences, I know what the answer to this is as my human, but I want to bring in the perspective of source energy here to be able to answer it. And the question is, why are we as humans so afraid to connect to ourselves? Now, this comes from many years of seeing this, not only in my own life, but also in the lives of my clients and even people around me. It's like a common theme that I've noticed that we are all so deeply scared to connect to ourselves. And we know, I feel, the human answer to that. We could say trauma, we could say life experiences and all that, which is true. But I really want to get a deeper understanding of this. And is there anything in this that we have missed? And I'm one of those people that really likes to go into the depths of things. So I will keep on going until I get the answer. That's what I'm like. So I'm here. I've invited Source Energy God. I'm here and I can feel source energy now within me. And I'm going to channel this answer to the question of why are humans so afraid? And maybe it's not just humans, but why are we just so afraid to connect to ourselves? So as I'm asking this, I can hear what God is saying. Why are we, I'm being told, why are you, my dear, so afraid to connect to yourself? Why is that? Answer that for yourself. Answer that for myself. That's a really good point. Answering that for myself, I guess the answer for me would be because of my learnings and my experiences in life that has taught me to be afraid of going within. That's a simple answer. Source energy. Okay, it's saying, okay, well, start with that. The reason why you really, and that's everyone, and not just humans, there are beings that do struggle with this. Not all beings, and there are many beings that are very connected to their truth, but there are some beings and there are many humans that really do struggle to connect to their truth, which is ultimately what you're saying. Why is that? Well, there are multiple answers to that, but let's start with one, I'm being told. One answer is you are afraid to be. You are just afraid to be. You're afraid to be because the beingness of who you are and what you are, you don't recognize. You have no idea what that is because you just have not experienced that in your life. What is being? Do you remember what it is to be? When you're a child, a baby, you were closest to the beingness, yes, but as you grow up, you forget that more and more. But in life, this is where it needs to take you. Why does it need to take you there? Because you need to understand your true essence. In order to find out your true essence, you must experience life as it unfolds for yourself, right? The beingness in you, which is always within you, never goes away. But you are afraid because if you go too deep, your mind thinks, you will lose yourself. You will lose the who and what you are, and so you're afraid to do that. But you must understand, the beingness of who you are is actually what and who you are. So you can never lose yourself. In fact, what will happen is you end up connecting to yourself, your true essence. That's one reason. The beingness, how afraid you are of your beingness because you don't recognize it. And yes, Maybe that is human conditioning, maybe it's your life experiences, and don't forget, there's many, many lives that you have lived before this, and your ancestry line which carries that through as well, and the traumas that you've come here with. That's one reason. Another reason is your body is so disconnected from who and what you are, as you have decided to be before you have come here. This is what you've wanted. Why did you want that? In order to learn to connect to your body, in order to know the only way through life is to be with your body. You cannot do earth without being within your body. So you must choose, decide for yourself on that soul inner level, in your true essence, to not be with your body or to feel disconnected from your body in order to finally connect to your body, to experience that fully in order for you to ascend. The ascension that's happening right now must only and can only happen through your body. Other reasons might include your own fears of what you believe is true and what isn't. It can be, as you would call it, the matrix conditioning or the life conditioning that has come for you. So this conditioning of fear, of you must be afraid of everything, of so much, I'm being told so much, that you must be afraid of everything, because if you are not afraid, then how can you be controlled? Then how can you do the thing that we want you to do? So you have all been under this influence of fear of being controlled. And because of this fear, that has taught you really well to not connect to yourself. Because fear comes in part with complete separation. Because fear within you comes from, I can feel this, the not knowing of something, the not believing in something, the not knowing of truth. When you are in fear, you are away from truth. You are not in truth. When you are in any fear whatsoever, you are not in your true essence. You are not in the who and what you actually are. Whether you call that your God self, your true self, your spiritual self, your spiritual self, your soul self, it's all essentially connected to the one thing, which is the who and what you are. But you are afraid, yes, because you have been conditioned under this fear, because the fear has worked for you for so long. And because it has worked for you, or so you believe has worked for you in this lower conditioning that you have been in, you have believed that really well. You have believed that this is the way, and therefore you continue living your life in that way. And in terms of how you perceive yourself, that's another element. How do you perceive yourself? Ask yourself that. Because that is going to have an effect on who and what you are as well, and how you connect to yourself. How do you see yourself? Ask yourself that, and ask the audience that, as I'm being told. Ask the people, the who that you are delivering this message to, how do you see yourself? And that's going to be another part of why you're not connecting and why you're not connecting to your truth. There are many conditions that you have, and not just humans, but mainly humans, as we're talking about what's going on Earth, that you have put yourself under. You have, on a subconscious level, put yourself under some conditioning, major conditioning, that has been going on for years, and not just this lifetime, many lifetimes. And this is why you are where you are. But let me be honest, right now, that doesn't even matter anymore, because you are all connecting to yourself more and more. And you are learning now that there was never, ever, ever any fear. Why would there ever be any fear? How can there ever be any fear when you are always, always connected to Source? If you are connected, which you are connected to everything that is. So there can never be fear, ever. Because you are held and you are loved in every way. So you don't have to worry about that. You are all learning in your own way that there's nothing to be afraid of, which means There is no being afraid of yourself, no being afraid of confronting yourself, of whatever things that might arise within you, whether it's fears or not. There's no being afraid of connecting to yourself, of the who and what you actually are. So be brave and carry on this journey as you are, in that brave soldier-like spirit that you have come here with. And that is all I want to say. If there's anything else, please let me know. Thank you. That was such an amazing message. I just love that every time I connect to Source, I just feel like completely uplifted again. um, I would completely recommend for anyone to, as I've said before, to connect. Yes, I'm being told to connect to Source energy because you really feel it. You really feel it. I hope everyone can do that because it's a magnificent thing. And what an interesting answer that was that we got from that question as well. And I hope you got something from that.